Hey beautiful people, how you guys doing? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. So today guys, we're going to be talking about Japa, the popular slang in Nigeria that's, it's for relocation. Yes, exactly. We're going to be talking about it, and we're going to be talking about the various options for Nigerians to relocate to the United States. So I'm going to first start by talking about my personal story, my personal journey. This channel is mostly about discussing my personal journey, my personal story. So it is just about how I've transitioned from a B1, B2. When I came into this country, I was on a B1, B2 tourist visa. So my husband was on an F1. So when I came in, I did not want to be on F2 because we all know that if you're an F1 student, which like an F1, if you're on an F1, which is for students, it means that your spouse will be on F2. And I did my research, and when you're on F2, you have a lot of limitations. You're not able to work, you're not able to do so many things. And as a business owner, I had my business back home in Nigeria, so it was really hard for me to just come and just sit down doing nothing. So I had to do a lot of research. Initially, the plan was, okay, you know what, you just come, stay for a while, and go back and forth since my business is back home in Nigeria. But I was able to do loads of research, and I realized that I can actually expand my business while I, still shuttle back and forth or whatever it is that I want to do. And that's where I came about the O1. The O1 is for those with extraordinary abilities in the science and the arts, motion pictures, and business. So as a business person, that was something that I really dug into, and I thought, oh wow, this would be great for me. And yeah, from there I was able to transition to the EB1A, which is the green card version sort of the O1. So I have another video where I actually talked about my journey on how I achieved those those will I say qualifications, those visas to end my stay here in the US. So if you want to know more about that, please go check out those videos. So back to what we're saying about Japa. Yeah. So yes, I had to realize that, you know what, this F2 thing is not going to work for me. So I had to go in the route of the O1. So I'm able to do my business, regardless. And the thing about the O1 is you can stay in this country, and after 3 years, you just have to renew as much as you want, like yearly. And it's also a dual intent visa, which means that you can decide to change or to transition into the green card. So that's one of the reasons why I actually considered the O1. Now, moving on to the options of the Japa options for we Nigerians. We need to know every time, in the past when I asked questions, long time ago, like maybe 5, 6 years ago, people kept telling me stuff like, oh, you have to marry or you have to go to school. Not every one of us wants to go to school. Like, what I mean by that is someone like me, I don't like being given conditions. If I want to go to, like, if I want to further my education, let it be on my terms, not because, and again, that school route for relocation, it's quite tedious. It's not very straightforward, guys. I'm going to give you like very easy steps or very straightforward steps so that you're able to know without any reasonable doubt which option will be great for you and your family. So number one on my list will be the study route, of course. Yes, that's the one that is very popular in Nigeria. A lot of people, especially those in the UK, almost 70% of people that have jackpot to the UK are on students. They are forwarding their education, even if they don't want to. I remember my husband was giving me just that one of his classmates had done like 4 masters. He was like, why are you just doing masters? Because the guy kind of got stuck in the system because he was trying to stay in, what's the word? He was trying to stay in status, yes, because he didn't want to be out of status. So he had to keep schooling. I'm not really sure there's a very straightforward path because the F1 visa really is not a dual intent. You're supposed to finish your school and go back, but people find a way After schooling, they figure out like this the whole OPT, STEM OPT, this and that, those in the sciences. Then from there they do like the H1B, which is the it's like a lottery for work visa or something like that, you know. So but that has a lot of limitations as well because your partner will not be able to work, but they'll be able to go to school. So that's something you can consider. You can also consider UK for that. You can consider America for that if the school thing is something that you want to consider, please go ahead and do that. Another thing is skilled workers. Countries like Australia, where they do like the point system, you can research more, in that area, that aspect, and decide if it's something that you want to go into. In the US, there are options like the L1 visa, which is for business executives, right? Or for those who are business owners, but they want to like expand their business. Maybe you want to open a branch, like you have a branch already in your home country, So, and then you want to come to the US to open another branch. Either you want to buy an existing business or you want to open a new business, So it's like an investment. It's sort of not like an investment, sort of, yeah, because if you're opening a branch, it means you have to like invest some money, yeah. So if it's something that or maybe your company has a branch abroad and they want to bring you in, it's something to also consider. So the EB2 is another thing to consider, the EB2 visa for those in the US for business executive or skilled workers. So the thing is, the L1 can work for skilled workers, but the EB2, which is like the green card version of the L1, is for only business executives and not skilled workers, if that makes sense. So it's limited to only the executives or like the owner or founders or things like that, just executive position, managerial positions, as opposed to the L1. The L1 too has limitations, guys. The thing about the L1 is that after a period of time, I think about 5 or 7 years, because there's the L1A and L1B, depends on which of them you decide to go for. After a period of about 7 years, you might have to go back to your country, and there's no straightforward path to the green card. So that's something you have to consider. But most people will just do it, and when they come here, they figure a way to get on the EB2 and all of that. Another option you should consider is investors visa. To be honest, I personally consider this investors visa, which is the EB5 in America. The EB5, somebody said if you have money, just pay and collect green card. But I don't see it like that, to be honest. I see it like because you have to invest almost $1.8 million. Please, how many people have $1.8 million? And even if you have $1.8 million, the vigorous process you will go through for them to make sure that money is coming from a good source. You understand? It's very long. Number one. Number two, you have to be creating like job opportunities for US citizens, maybe about 10 US citizens, which is not bad if you ask me. My problem with that is after investing all that money, they will not give you 2 years conditional green card. Ha! Left to me, you're supposed to give me not even green card, you're supposed to give me American passport. American passport after spending that much money. What? Ha! No. I don't want to hear that. What? It's a lot of money. So I really don't know how people, but anyways, we'll reach there one day. I've been a small on I Japa. So I believe that maybe all these politicians or people, a lot of Nigerians are very, very industrious and they have this money, you'll be shocked. So if it's something that you want to do, please consider it. And of course, there is the O1, like I said earlier, there's the EB1A. Now, the difference between the O1 and the EB1A is that the EB1 is the leads to the green card. Do you understand? So when you get your EB1A approved, they're both for those with extraordinary abilities in the arts, in the motion pictures, in the science, and all of that. But it is a bit more stringent than the O1 because the EB1 gives you green card, right? The O1 just gives you the opportunity to work in the US. So maybe you just want to work here in the US and shuttle back and forth. Just have a clear path, just in case you change your mind, you're not too sure. That's something I would really advice that you should consider because I went through that route. I was able, if I want, the moment I got my O1 approval, I was able to travel back to Nigeria. I was able to do different things, work on I had a lot of things going back in my business. My business continued to thrive. There was no limitation, nothing was holding me back. Even before I got my, what's it called? Before I got my EB1, my O1 was like, but for me, the reason why I went ahead with the EB one was because after, I'm investing a lot in my business here. So for me, it's like, okay, if I'm going to invest all of this time, this money, this effort, I may as well just, you know. And yeah, so that was why it was considered for me. So yes, guys, I just want you to know that whatever decision you decide to take, whichever JAPA option you decide to take, please understand that you should do your research. Do your research, pray about it. A lot of people just wake up here, oh, everybody's going to the UK, vroom, you follow. Everybody's going to America, vroom, you follow. Everybody's going to Canada, hey, you follow. Please understand that number one, you have to pray. Ask God to lead you, the Holy Spirit to lead you. Whatever spirit that leads you, ask that spirit to lead you, because if you go to a country where you are not planted, you will not succeed. That's the honest truth. I know of a lady who I watched her video on YouTube, and she said that when she was in the US and nothing was working. But the moment she transitioned with her husband to the UK, doors began to open. Things were working. There are a lot of people who are suffering abroad. You don't want to go and join that number. You want to come abroad because there are also a lot of Nigerians that are doing very well. So you need to research and figure out what will work best for you at the point where you are in your life. So if you're able to figure all of that out and you have a spirit and you're leading in your spirit, then please, you have a leading in your spirit, oh, then please decide, okay, let's do this. For us personally, we not just, like we prayed about it as a family, we decided, and I also wanted to see how it would go and say, Lord, if this thing doesn't work out, things will just not, lines will not fall in pleasant places. Things will just be, yeah, I'm not trying to do something before and things will just be scattering, to not be working. Sometimes that's how God speaks to us. That's how He gives us signs. He doesn't have to come down, oh, I'm the Holy Spirit, you must do it like this. Do you understand? So yeah, so that's my own little quota about this whole thing. And guys, I am very happy to discuss, other options. If you have options, I mean, if you're also in the comments and you have options that you can suggest to my followers or people who are watching this video, please leave it in the comment section. Ask questions. Let's rub minds. Let's help one another. See, this Japa, we must Japa right. Whatever it is that we're doing, we must Japa right. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment so that YouTube is able, the almighty YouTube algorithm is able to recommend my videos to people who will find it helpful. Thank you so much, guys. You guys have been amazing. To take care until next time. Bye.